What's up guys, welcome back. This is Travis of Fish-A-Hex. Today I'm going to show you my 6-month power head maintenance. Now I'm just going to be doing the WP40s on the left and right hand side of the reef tank. The reason why I'm not doing the PP8s is, one, they've only been in there for about 3 months or so, and two, I kind of want to keep the flow going in the tank while I have these power heads out for the next couple hours. So let's get right into it. The process in general is take them out, got to disconnect it from the apex, which takes a little bit longer because that cord's ran, I have it screwed into the canopy. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm only cleaning them every 6 months, so it's really not that big of a deal. So once I get them out, I'll get them into a 5-gallon bucket with vinegar, hot water, and I'll let them run on the apex for the next hour or so. Now I'm not looking for them to be completely cleaned and spotless of no coralline, but I do want them to be more functional. I went into the tank yesterday and went to move the one on the left-hand side just to kind of direct the flow a little bit differently, and the pump is completely sealed up. Not the actual prop itself, but the pump head is sealed up with the coralline algae. So it's just kind of, it's time to get it out, get it cleaned. Might as well do it now. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, here's a close-up of the WP40 on the left-hand side. As you can see, where the bracket itself connects to the power head, that right there is where it's seized up from the coralline buildup. It's pretty normal. It happens usually sooner than 6 months. I've been adjusting a few things in the reef tank, so my coralline hasn't actually been taking over as much as it usually does, which is, I'm not mad about that. Anyways, so we're going to basically get this pump out and get it into the vinegar, which will dissolve the coralline and then make it easy to scrape off with a brush or a razor if we have to. Again, we're not looking to make it perfect, but I do want it to be more functional so I can adjust the flow and the direction of the flow, obviously more than I can right now. So let's get into taking these out. Okay guys, we're back here with both the WP40s in a 5-gallon bucket. I filled up about 3/4 of the way full of hot tap water. I'm just going to add a general amount of distilled vinegar. Doesn't really have to be anything special. Just kind of pour in whatever you feel like pouring in. I'm sure there's a ratio, but I don't really care enough to do that. That looks good to me. Alright, so basically what we're going to do now is just go ahead and run these for a while, probably about 2 hours or so. One quick note, I did go ahead and readjust the profiles in which they're hooked up to on the apex. Instead of them running at 100%, I'm just going to go ahead and have them run at 50%. So it's going to turn them on. That way I don't have them, spilling out of the bucket or spilling water out of the bucket. But that looks good. They're both running right now well, not full blast, but at 50%, and then they're going to start pulsing as normal. All right, so we're going to check back in about an hour, 2 hours or so, see how they're doing, and then go ahead and take them apart and clean them. What's up guys? We're here at the sink. It's actually been about a day since I've had the pumps soaking. Now I decided to let them stay in a little bit longer just because after about 2 hours or so, the coralline really wasn't getting broken down the way I wanted it to. So I went ahead and just ran them overnight in the same water, and well, it definitely made a difference, that's for sure. This coralline is coming off pretty good. So I've already broken down the pumps for the most part. Got the magnet set to the side along with the cradle itself over there. Now I haven't cleaned anything yet. I just kind of want to show you how easy this coralline is coming off. Now I'll give you a zoomed in here. So this is it's all obviously dead brown, but I'm just using a little bit of a knife here. And you can just see it coming off. So that's what I was looking for. So we are going to be able to get them pretty clean. It's just going to take a little bit of time. We've got to go here and do all that. But I just kind of wanted to show you the process I take to do this. Okay, before I get into cleaning the pumps thoroughly, I'm just going to go over the tools that I use for this process. Now I have a baby bottle brush, but it has a little, I guess you want to say an additional brush on there. That's good for cleaning the inside of the propeller. Another additional brush for the outside. It's a little bit stronger bristles. A little razor knife that I use to scrape the algae you saw previously. And then I have a dental pick. Allows me to get into any crevices or anything that I can't get with my fingers. Alright, so let's get into it. So the first thing you want to do is take it apart. It's pretty simple. You're just going to twist. It might be sealed, so just give it a little bit of a twist. Don't, yank on it, but it should pop off no problem. Got the motor there, the prop, and then the casing. So let's go move this one out of the way. First thing I like to do is just going to run some hot water and get the propeller taken care of first. Good time to inspect it to make sure there's no damage or cracks in it. These are relatively new, so I shouldn't expect anything to be wrong. Alright, so you're going to get it up there. Looks good. Alright, everything's intact. Set that to the side. The casing here. And now that it's actually been soaking for so long, it's really easy to clean. Surprisingly easy. But I'm not going to complain about that. Quick rinse. Now there's a little white tube on the inside there. That's what actually stabilizes the prop itself. I don't take it out. It never really has to come out. It kind of just stays in there. This allows it to spin freely. Okay, you can just leave that in there, but make sure it's not clogged with anything, which looks pretty good. Set that to the side. All right, so now we have the motor itself. Let's go ahead and run some more water. Hopefully the water's not too loud and you guys can hear me. Now, like I said, guys, this is what I do every 6 months or so. Alright, so if you want to inspect the inside, what we'll do is just go ahead and run. I don't see anything in there, but I'm just going to go ahead and run this brush through anyways. Yeah, there really isn't anything. That vinegar definitely took care of it. Alright, that one's good to go. So I'll put it back together. Put the prop in first. Alright. Line up the head. That's pretty good. Now, if you guys remember what it looked like before, it was completely covered in purple. See, there's a little bit of residue there. If you so choose, you can go through and knock that out. Which, since I'm kind of OCD, I'll probably do that. But that's it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and clean the other one real quick, and then we'll come back. Okay, let's go ahead and reassemble everything. Go ahead and take the magnet. It has the 4 little nubbies on there, and you're going to want to connect it back to the base here. 9 out of 10 times it lines up pretty good and goes in, but sometimes it's a little bit of a pain. Just go ahead and line them up. Now, they'll start to pop through right there. That's what you want. Make sure they're seated in. If one gets stuck, you can take your little Good to go. Got to connect it to the base, or connect to the pump, sorry. And then you have your little protective plastic piece for the glass. That's good to go. So let's go ahead and install these back on the reef and see how they work. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install the right side first. Set it in there, place the magnet. Just got to run all the cables up and around the tank. I'm going to do the other side and we'll get everything plugged in. Alright, so both Jebao pumps are back in the tank in their respectable spots. Everything's hooked back up to the apex and we're good to go. So I'm just going to turn mine real quick and see how they work. Left. And they're on their normal pulse mode, so we'll see how everything picks up. The Ophelia is doing well. I have noticed with the pumps being off that I do have to move a few things around. My plate coral is not as happy with all the flow, so I'm going to have to relocate him to the back of the tank probably. Just like I had to do with that Gonophora. I had to move him back there. He finally came out all the way. Can't make everybody happy, but my primary goal is SPS, so I do what I can to make the SPS happy, and if I have to relocate a couple corals, that's fine. Anyways, they both work fine. They look good. You know, there are a couple spots left, but other than that, that's a pretty easy clean. The hardest part was actually just disconnecting them from the apex, but other than that, it's definitely worth doing. Prolongs the life of your pumps, helps performance. It's just a good idea to do it, and like I said, every 6 months I do the pumps themselves. We'll be doing the PP8s next month, maybe the month after, we'll see. Yeah, anyways guys, I appreciate you watching. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time, peace.